All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to my live stream today, Karatbars presentation. If you can hear me okay, please type a Y in the chat room. Let me make sure I see you there. Please type a Y in the chat room, and we'll get started. Make sure I'm broadcasting effectively. Yes, thank you, Miss Sherry Brown. All right. So good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, rather. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you all for jumping on the stream. I want to present Karatbars International. It is a phenomenal business. This business has been life-changing for me and my family, and so I want to be able to share that information with you. Sunday is not a typical day that we do presentations, but for me, this is my ministry. This is what I feel I was called to do, and so I am honored to be able to share this information with you. If you're a person that's been looking for a better way, you've definitely come to the right place. This is me and my beautiful wife, Monisha Dalco. I actually see her on the live stream, which is kind of weird. I have to make sure I say everything right because now she's watching. But I spent 15 years as a mortgage banker, and my wife spent over 20 years as a corporate trainer. Today, because of the information we're going to share with you, we are both full-time and retired from corporate America. This is all we do in our family. It's our family business. And so we're ecstatic to bring information to you guys that have been looking for a better way. Literally, here's what we do. Now, I used to just share the information with people, and I would go all the way through everything and then get to teaching them how we do what we do. And then someone actually got a little frustrated with me, and they said, can you just tell me what it is you do? Right? So I said, okay, you know what? That makes sense. Maybe I should just right off the bat, right in the beginning, just tell them what we do. And so here's what we do. Here's the simplicity of what we do. And once you hear this, you'll be able to make a decision whether you want to stay on for the rest of the presentation. Number one, we start a global home-based business. This is a business where you're an entrepreneur in 140 plus countries. And then we save gold for ourselves. What's going to make this presentation radically different from everything you've ever seen is that we don't sell a product. We're not a selling network. We're a savings network. And that's a radical shift right there. So you have to really pay attention to that. It's subtle, but it's radical. We don't sell a product. We save gold for ourselves, and then we share with other people how to do the same. And then share with other people how to do the same, and then we earn residual income as our team duplicates that activity. They save for themselves, and they refer others to do the same, and as your organization grows bigger and bigger, you'll earn more and more. And then nothing is mandatory. Most businesses like this, you have a mandatory monthly or weekly fee of some sort. You are forced to buy their product and forced to re-engage every single month financially, because typically, even though the product might be good, it's not a valuable product, and you probably wouldn't acquire it unless you were trying to earn money. And so you're forced to acquire the product in order to stay qualified. Well, in this business that I'm going to show you right now, nothing is mandatory. Everything is completely optional for you, and there's no cost to register. So for those of you who are wondering, like, what's the punch? What's the catch? There's no catch. It is complete no-cost registration and no monthly fees whatsoever, period. And what we do is we pay ourselves first. Now, why do we pay ourselves first, not last? Is because this is the number one millionaire secret. See, here's what the working class do. They go to work, they earn commissions or income, salary, and then they spend first. They buy everything that they need, and they pay their bills first. And then they try to save what's left after spending. So somebody type in the Facebook chat room or YouTube live, what's left after spending? What do most people save each week? Type it in the chat room. Pick a number, any number, and let's talk about what people save each week. Because I tend to believe that people aren't saving anything, but that's my humble opinion. What's your opinion? How much are people saving each week? Right? Exactly. Zero. Some people are saying $10, $20. And regardless to what the answer is, it's less than what we need to save in order to have a decent retirement. So most people aren't saving anything. Like Judy just said, there's zero. Michael said nothing, right? Warren said nothing. $100. Somebody said $100. Danny there up in Newfoundland, Canada said nothing. All right. So yeah, people are saving different amounts, but typically most people save absolutely nothing. And even if you saved $100 a week times 52 weeks, you only save $5,200 a year. And times 10 years, that's only $52,000 over 10 years. So most people aren't saving anything. I agree with you. Uh, the song, absolutely nothing. I agree that most people aren't saving anything. And so that's what the poor middle class do. Well, what does the wealthy do? The wealthy class, the working class spends everything and saves nothing. What does the wealthy class do? They're the exact opposite. They save first and they invest. And then they don't really even spend. They circulate what's left after saving and investing. They spend on things that create additional income and revenue, or they spend in areas where they have stock in those companies. So please understand that even if you saved $100 a week, which 99% of the people in the world can't do, it's still not enough to sustain you in retirement. I met this gentleman, Mr. Ty Best, back in 2013. And man, when I tell you, I found a brother, a friend, and a mentor. This gentleman and his wife, Valerie Best, they changed my life. And one of the first questions he asked me when I met him was, "What's your dream? Mike, what is your dream?" And embarrassingly enough, I didn't have a dream. I really didn't even calculate what that conversation sounded like. What is my dream? And I literally responded, "What are you talking about?" He said, "What's your big, magnificent dream? What do you want to accomplish in your life?" And guys, I literally couldn't really speak to that question because I had never had a big dream. I didn't spend time dreaming. I spent time working, trying to earn a living, right? Like most of us do. I was just trying to survive. I was tithing and working and hoping God would do something. And then, folks, you know what? It didn't get any better. Didn't get any better. So when I met Mr. Best, he really encouraged me to start dreaming again. Dream so big that you can't accomplish it in one lifetime. He actually wrote a book called The Dream Chasers Manifesto. You ought to get a copy of this book, and I'll give you a website at the end of this presentation where you can go and get this book. It'll be very beneficial to you as a network marketer. And so after I discovered what my dream was, I started working my plan. So my question to you, my next question to you is, what's your plan? What is the plan for your life right now? Where are you in your life right now? Are you where you want to be? All right. Where would you like to be in the future? And if you keep doing for the next 10 years what you've done for the last 10 years, will you ever reach your goals? Fact of the matter is, folks, we don't have enough time to keep doing what we're doing. We've got to figure out a better way because we've all been taught the same plan. All right. We go to school, start school at about 5 or 6 years old, and then we go to high school and then graduate college. By the time we get out of high school and college, we've spent 21 years in the educational system. And that is a system, albeit probably well-intended, was never designed to give you true freedom. It was designed to teach you how to work. And so work we do. We get our degree and we go and get a job. And we typically work on our job for 40 years. And most of us have 8 to 10 jobs over the course of our career. As a matter of fact, type in the chat room. Let's just kind of play this out in real life. Type in the chat room how many jobs you've had in your adult life. How many jobs have you had? It's almost embarrassing for me to talk about how many jobs I've had. I literally, sometimes I'm hanging out with the wife and we're driving around and I'll say, "Babe, I used to work there." We were getting off on one of the exits up in North Atlanta near Perimeter, and there's this big building sitting on the side. And I said, "Babe, I put that roof on that building." Now, I didn't do it all by myself, but I was working with a company that did industrial roofing. And I said, "Babe, I put that roof up there." And she just looked at me and shook her head and started laughing. like she can't believe how many jobs I've had in my life. But ask yourself, how many jobs have you had? Look, we're getting numbers, 2 and 4 jobs. in the course of our life. And folks, 5 jobs, 6 jobs. That's going straight up the number. 10 jobs. Kerry Banks said 10 jobs. And Kerry now is a law enforcement agent. He's had 10 jobs in his life. And so, folks, literally, people have multiple jobs over the course of their life. Paulette Forbes has had 4 jobs, but Paulette, I think she's only 30 years old. So keep on living, Paulette. But over 6 years, 3 years, Joycelyn Burrell says 3 years. But guys, literally, we work and work and work. And then do we ever get any closer to reaching our goals? Sherry Brown said she's had 17 jobs. I'm not laughing at you, Sherry, but I'm laughing with you. That's more like my testimony. But then when we work all these jobs, are we getting any closer to our goals? Like, is the job giving us freedom? Like, are you living your best life working that job? Probably not. I would like to think that most people are probably not living their best life on that job. And Kerry Banks said he retired on 04/14. Kerry, I'm appreciating you, man, working with me right now, collaborating with me. Type in the chat room, Kerry, how did you retire? What helped you retire? It looks like you retired, because I've met Kerry before, and he doesn't look old enough to retire. So, Kerry, how did you retire so quickly? What did you do? Share that with us. Danny James up in Newfoundland, Canada, said he worked for 15 years. Tanisha Glaspie says she stopped counting, right? She stopped counting at 14. So, folks, literally, you got to do something different, okay? You have to learn how to do something different. And so I'm going to show you something different today. But they worked for 40 years, and then they, accomplished some things. You purchase your dream car, and all your friends tell you how good you look in your dream car. But then you get your dream home, and your friends come over, and they spend time with you in your dream home, right? And Kerry said the dream of freedom helped him make the decision to retire early. That's beautiful, Kerry. All right? So you work and you build, you get your dream home, but then in retirement, many people have to downsize their home because they're not making enough money. They don't have enough money in retirement to live their lifestyle that they chose to live. And so they end up downsizing. As much as they love that home, they have to sell it because they can't afford the upkeep on the home. And then very often they end up jumping back in the workforce. And then finally, by the average age of 81, life expectancy, they're finally debt-free. Finally debt-free. And that's really sad. And I don't take any pleasure in sharing that, how sad that is, that people by age 81 are debt-free because they're dead. And then what they do is they pass their debt on to their children. That's awful. But it's the reality of so many of us here in the world today. We work hard only to pass that lifestyle and that debt on to our kids. You have that beautiful family and those kids with their beautiful smiles, and then they start growing up and you have the talk. What talk? You go to school for 12 years and go to college for 4 more years, and then you work until you die. Great, right? That system is broken. Now, let me make this statement. It's a broken system for the people who are participating in the system from the workers' side of the equation, but it works perfectly for the employer. It's working perfectly because you're doing the work they don't want to do or don't have the time to do. You're helping them generate immense wealth. And I'll tell you something else, that the laws and the tax code is geared towards the wealthy, not the working class. It's geared towards the wealthy class. So we need to learn what the wealthy do. Look, they say it in the hood, don't hate the players, learn the game. They really say don't hate the player, hate the game, but don't hate the game, don't hate the player either. Just learn the game you've been positioned in to play. We were all born here, and we've got to play the hand we're dealt. So learn to play well, because the truth of the matter is you can't outwork an exponential inflation with a linear income. Now, what's a linear income? That means you clock in and you get paid. You clock out, you stop getting paid. You clock in, you get paid. You clock out, you stop getting paid. Truth of the matter is we don't have time for that. We don't have time to keep doing what we've been doing. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting, because If you're trading time for dollars, you're always going to run out of time. Warren Buffett made a powerful statement. He said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. I made a statement because I was so impressed by Warren Buffett's statement, but I refined it a bit. And this is even more important. If you don't find out what real money is, you will work until you die. Like, it's not enough to learn how to make money while you sleep. You've got to also learn what real money is, or you will absolutely work until you die. So the answer, what is money? Okay, what is money? Money must be a store of value. It must store your labor. It must be worth as much in the future as it is today. And folks, if what you're working for won't store your labor, why are you working for it? Think about this. Real simple example. If you buy a refrigerator today, okay, and if you buy a refrigerator today for $1,000, you worked all week this week, you earned $1,000, you took that $1,000 and bought a refrigerator next week. That means that refrigerator is a representation of your labor for that week, right? So that $1,000 that you exchanged to get a refrigerator, if you put that $1,000 in a safe and take it out 20 years later, shouldn't it still buy that same refrigerator for $1,000? But the truth of the matter is it won't. It won't buy the same refrigerator because that paper you're working for is not money. So we're going to show you a few things today about building wealth. There are 4 major keys. I'm sure there are more. We're going to teach you 4 main keys to building wealth. The first one is you have to create residual income. You have to create a residual income. All right. You've got to make money while you sleep, or you will work until you die. And you also need to accumulate appreciating assets. Take some of the cash you work so hard for and put it into something that's growing and outpacing inflation. That's the third one. You must outpace inflation. And then finally, you need to learn how to utilize the advantages of the tax code. Take a look at this little quick video.
Oh my gosh.
Where's all your money gone, Cody?
Taxes. 9, 10, 11. Let me fix my houses. It's okay. It's part of the game. No, it's not fun. It's not fun to what? It's the worst part of the game. Oh, it's what? Taxes.
Guys, that little guy's mother was brutal. If that was his mom talking, she was brutal. She laughed at him. I mean, he's sitting there in his drawers, and she laughed at little Donnie. And she was like, "What's going on, Donnie? What's wrong?" And he was like, "Taxes." And see, he was so distressed because he was experiencing what he's really going to experience as an adult, that taxes will take up to 40% of the income you work so hard for over the course of your career. So he was stressed for a good reason. So what are we going to do about it, right? So we got to figure out what quadrant we're in. 90% or more of the people in the world are in the E quadrant. That means they work for someone else. And then another portion of the people of the world are self-employed. That means they work for themselves. Now, they don't have a job. They own the job. When they're not working, they're not getting paid. My wife and I are doing some renovations, and literally the subcontractor that's working for us, he's taking a little bit longer than we wanted him to take. But while he's not working on the project we have him doing, he's not getting paid. We contracted to pay him a certain amount for a job. So the longer it takes him to do the job, the longer it takes for him to earn the commission or the income. And so, folks, he doesn't work for anyone else, but he has no leverage. No one's working for him, helping him make money while he sleeps. You've got to get over to the right side of the cash flow quadrant, made famous by Robert Kiyosaki. You've got to be on the B side, the big business side. This is where you have at least 500 affiliates or employees helping you build your wealth. And then you also want to learn how to make your money work for you. And that's the I quadrant. Well, what we're going to share with you today is how to get on the B and the I side of the quadrant simultaneously. And so that's going to be what we're going to teach you today. And that's through Karatbars International. And Karatbars literally helps solve all 4 keys to building wealth. All right. Number 1, you create residual income. Literally, as you build your networking business, you will create residual income. Number two, you will also accumulate appreciating assets. Our entire business model, as I said earlier in the first slide, is saving gold for ourselves. And then the gold itself outpaces inflation. I was watching a video earlier this morning, just really trying to fill my brain up during this critical time in our history. And they were talking about how just a couple of years ago, we were all excited because gold was over $1,300. It had broken a psychological barrier of $1,300. And we were like, whoa, my gosh, I've got little snapshots in my phone when gold got over 13. It was 1308, 1303, 1320, 1312, 1360, 1325, 1280. It dropped back under 12. And it was doing this up and down dance in a continually upward trajectory. And we were all excited. And today, it's over $1,700. And we did absolutely nothing to make it go up. Like, that's extraordinary. I was listening to one of my financial mentors, Jim Rogers, and he was talking about how when you own gold, there's no counterparty risk. And I was like, what is that about? And as he talked more, no one has to lose for your gold to increase. Oh my God, think about what I just said. In a regular stock, your stock only goes up when someone else loses, right? It's not a value proposition. It's more of a Ponzi proposition. More buyers come in and somebody bets it'll drop, they'll sell, and others will buy. Somebody has to sell and somebody has to buy for a profit margin to be created. Well, with gold, all you have to do is hold it. No one has to lose for gold to win. So everyone who holds gold wins because it's limited in its mining. There's just a limited amount available. When demand is high and supply is low, the value goes up. And so demand is going up just by virtue of all of the cash printing. So you can't lose with gold ever. And then because it's a business with gold, everything that you do associated with that business model becomes a tax advantage rather than a tax liability. So this is Karatbars International. We're the largest distributor of small gold bars in the whole world. Literally, we're not a gold company, we're the gold company. Largest distributor of small gold bars in the whole world. And folks, it doesn't stop there. We're distributing and delivering gold to over 140 plus countries. I love where we're located. I've been to the corporate office twice, been blessed to be there twice. We're right across the street from Mercedes-Benz headquarters. And this gentleman, Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz, has changed our lives forever. Okay, it changed our lives forever. And literally, this gentleman has a mission. He's written 2 books on the subject of the future of money and also a book called Think Big. And his mission, I love it. He says, my mission is to create the highest quality of gold available in the market, making it easily accessible to the masses of honest people at a price point everyone can afford. My mission is that people find financial freedom from the current system of debt through Karatbars International. And I misread that just a bit, but you get his point. And he says, who owns gold has always money. And I like to read it exactly the way he says it in his European accent. This gentleman learned English just so he could talk to his North American affiliates. He's not the only one saying it. J.P. Morgan, one of the first recorded billionaires. This is actually the guy on the Monopoly board. He says gold is money and everything else is credit. Gold is money and everything else is credit. Alan Greenspan, former head of the Federal Reserve, he said gold is always accepted. These are the people that print the cash. These are the people that encourage you to save dollars. They're telling you that gold is always accepted. Robert Kiyosaki said gold is God's money. Man, I could preach on that since it's Sunday. I could preach on that forever. Gold is God's money. Like literally in the book of Genesis, for those of you that are Bible readers, God showed Adam where the gold was before he gave him a wife. Let that sit on you for a second. And so here's our gold. First of all, it's different from every other gold in the marketplace. Well, you might be saying, well, gold is gold. Well, yeah, gold is gold. But Karatbars has revolutionized the gold market. So with Karatbars Gold, the first thing that's amazing is it's secure. Each cash gold bar is equipped with blacklight authentication featured on the front of the card. and it's physical. It's not an ETF. I was reading about ETFs this morning trying to understand that better. It's not an ETF. Okay? It is physical gold that we send you straight to your door via FedEx. And then it's digital. Because of our ecosystem and what Dr. Zeitz has done, it can be exchanged like a cryptocurrency. Think about that now. Think about that. That'll wake you up at 3 a.m. It can be exchanged like a cryptocurrency, and it's convertible. Within the next 90 days, the completion of the ecosystem will allow you to take the gold that you're saving, and if you need it, hopefully you won't if you're building your business, which I'll show you in a moment, but the gold you're saving, you can exchange it inside the back office for cash if you need it, right onto your privately issued MasterCard. Guys, I'm telling you, why do we save gold? Here's why we get gold. In 1920, your great-grandparents could buy a brand new Ford Model T for $645. Or if they had a kilogram of gold, they could take it to a gold dealer, exchange it for cash, and buy the same car and have about $100 left over. I think a kilogram at the time was around $720. Today, had your grandparents willed you that Model T, it would be more valuable than a brand new Ford truck because that truck now costs $40,000. Well, you say, of course it costs more than the Model T. Look at it. It's advanced technology. Yeah, well, explain why. It still only takes that 1 kilogram of gold. Had your great-grandparents not bought the truck and sent you the gold through time, you could cash that kilogram of gold in today and get about $55,000. Buy the $40,000 truck and have $15,000 left over. That's called price stability. And here's another hidden tax that's levied against every person that works. It's called inflation. In 1998, we could fill up a grocery cart with 20 bucks. Flash forward about 7 years, it was half the cart for 20 bucks. Today, there's a brand new invention in the grocery store. It's called a picnic basket. They made that to go along with your $20 bill because with the $20 bill, you can't even fill up the picnic basket. Man, your little kid's holding the picnic basket. You got a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and some cheese, and you're over 20 bucks already. So, folks, that's called inflation. It's when the prices of goods and services goes up as the value of our money decreases. They just printed 6 trillion brand new dollars. You think our buying power is going to go up or down? Type it in the chat room. So we're going to show you how to start a simple and duplicatable business with Karatbars International from home. It's going to require 2 things, though, and that's leverage and exponential growth. You've got to learn this. Folks, if you don't learn this, the chances of you ever being financially free are slim to none. You've got to understand these 2 simple concepts. Leverage is like when you want to move something heavy, you move the fulcrum closer to the object and you have a long lever and press down on it and it'll move the heavy object even though you don't have the strength to do it by yourself. That's leverage. And exponential growth is 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16. That is exponential growth. And when you can find a system that will grow exponentially for you without you expending all your labor, you are going to get rich. Period. You can find a money system that'll incorporate leverage and exponential growth. Folks, you're going to get rich. And so I'm going to share with you a millionaire's secret. J. Paul Getty, one of the first recorded billionaires, made this statement. He said, I'd rather have 1% of a billion people's efforts than 100% of my own. I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. That's called exponential growth and leverage. And so let me give you a quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This presentation is not designed to give you financial advice, just to give you some ideas. The following examples are calculations for illustration purposes only and is not a guarantee of income. So let's talk about how we get paid. Now, let me ask you guys a question before we talk about how we get paid. Now, I showed you all the major basic tenets of owning physical gold and how it makes you richer. I mean, $100,000 in gold in 1971 today is worth almost $5 million. Wouldn't you, based on the information you just got, save gold even if you didn't get paid for it? I mean, literally, Wouldn't you save gold even if you were just saving it for yourself? And wouldn't you tell your friends, even if you didn't earn a commission for sharing the information with your friends? Would you tell them? Of course you would. I know that I would. Okay, so since you would tell your friends for free, how would you like it if you got paid for sharing with your friends and family how to save gold? Well, that's exactly what we do. We get paid for sharing with others how to save gold. We save gold for ourselves and share with others how to do the same. And we get paid for that activity. So you want to hear about it? Here it is. Let's talk about it. How do we get paid? By saving gold for ourselves and sharing with others how to do the same. First, we have multiple ways we get paid. All right? Multiple ways we get paid. Karatbars doesn't just pay you one way. I love it when people say, I like multiple streams of income. Great. I'm going to show you multiple streams all in one business. So the first way we get paid is called the unilevel bonus. And with the unilevel, all you do is save for yourself, share with others, and earn. Save, share, and earn. Okay? So in the unilevel system, you set up your free account, and I mean free. I don't mean free for 7 days or 30 days. I don't mean putting your credit card and you can cancel after 30 days if you're not happy with the program. None of that. Free. Sign up for a free account just like you signed up for your free Facebook. One guy told me one day, he said, nothing is free. And I said, didn't I meet you over Facebook? He was like, yeah. I said, well, Facebook is free. So do you have an email address? I can shoot you a free email, right? You got Instagram? You can post some free pictures. You got Pinterest? You can post some free picture ideas. Free is the new normal. Mark Zuckerberg, tell Mark Zuckerberg nothing's free. He gives you a free platform on Facebook. You guys are watching it right now. You say, well, it's not free. They're selling our information to advertisers. Yeah, but you don't have to buy it. I don't care how many times they sell my information to advertisers. I know I get bombarded with advertisements. I like that. They might send me something that I want. This is a free enterprise. I'm not upset if they send me information of advertising something that I want to buy. That's a good thing. And if I don't want to buy it, I delete it and block it. So it's free. It's a free platform. We're all getting together now during this pandemic over these free platforms. It's beautiful, right? So don't tell me nothing's free. A lot of things are free. A lot of very valuable things are free. So set up your free account and then sponsor as many people as you like. There are no mandatory requirements to sponsor anyone. You choose the amount and you sponsor the amount of people you want. The more people you sponsor, the greater your potential is to earn income through the unilevel compensation plan. You save gold for yourself, share with others how to do the same. It's paid out to infinity. There are no levels. So it doesn't stop at level 20. So you don't have to put your best people right next to you. You just sign up for your free account, sign up other people who want to save gold for themselves, and earn up to 6% direct commission paid out on the first or thereabout of every month. That's the unilevel. And if you don't want to upgrade past the unilevel, stay in the unilevel for the rest of your life and earn a once a month income. Now that's beautiful. I don't want to move too fast. I want to make sure you got that. Anyone who has desire can do that. All right, but there's more. The dual team system. Now I love this. Choosing a business package opens additional streams of income for you. Choose any one of our several business packages for yourself. Save gold for yourself. Share with others how to do the same and get paid to teach your new partners to duplicate. That's what we do. That's all there is to it. I know, like that sounds too simple, right? Well, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. That's all we do. Choose a package, save gold for yourself, share with others how to do the same, and get paid as your team duplicates. And so let's talk about some of the ways we get paid there when you get a package. One is called the direct commission. When you get your business package and you sponsor other people who get a business package, you get a 10% direct commission. So to make this clear for you, I sponsored one of my business partners, Miss Sherry Brown. She got a business package. I got a 10% direct commission. If her package was $5,000, I earned $500 on the spot. Simple capitalism. You sponsor someone, they get a package, you get a commission, 10%. And then Miss Sherry Brown sponsored Tanisha Glaspie. Tanisha Glaspie got her VIP package. Miss Sherry Brown got a 10% commission. But guess what? Because I sponsored Miss Sherry Brown, I got a 3% commission because Tanisha's on my second generation. Now, Tanisha Glaspie sponsored the whole world, 500 and some people. So all 500 of those people are on my third generation. And when they get a package, I get a 2% direct commission. When Tanisha gets a 10% and Sherry Brown gets a 3%. Think about what I just said. That is astounding. What a great business model, right? You're helping people get in business for themselves, and you're getting paid when they set themselves up in a business through 3 generations of direct commission. So that's leverage and exponential growth. You sponsor 10 people, you get 10% from each package from those 10 people. They each sponsor 10, that's 100, you get 3%. Who each sponsor 10, that's 1,000, you still get 2%. Guys, that is no limit to how big that can be. If you sponsored 100, who sponsored 10, that's 1,000 on generation 2 and 10,000 on generation 3. It's amazing. Think about that. 3 generations of direct commission. Then there's what's called the dual team bonus. Now, this is awesome. I love this. In the dual team, it works succinctly with the packages that you choose. Anytime anyone acquires a business package or gets grams of gold or anything within our e-commerce system, it has a point value attached to it. A point value. And when there's 25 units on one team and 50 units on the other team, that creates what Sherry Brown calls, and Sherry, you're going to have to type this in the chat room. What is it? A DTP, baby. DTP stands for dual team payouts. And a dual team payout, again, there are no levels. It goes to infinity. So this is not a multi-level program. There are no levels. There are some generations and portions of our comp plan, but there are no breakaway levels in our unilevel or our dual team compensation plan. And you choose the amount of income you want to earn. If you want to earn 40 euro per payout, then get you a starter bronze package for around $200. If you want to earn a little more than that, get you a silver package that pays you 50 euro per payout. If you get gold, that's 60 euro per payout. And if you get a VIP, that's the top of the marketing plan, 80 euro per payout. And folks, you can earn up to 180,000 dual team payouts per week. So get in where you fit in. Nobody's going to put pressure on you. At least I can say that for our team here at Wealth Builders Worldwide. We're not going to put any pressure on you as to which package you choose. Just choose a package right away. And here are some of our packages. Well, actually, all of our packages, okay? Package number 7. These are called the multi-goal packages. And what makes this so extraordinary is not only do you earn direct commissions, and not only do you earn dual team payouts based on which package you've chosen, but you also earn matching gold through these multi-goal packages. So let's talk about it. The number 7 package is 4,900 euro, one time out of pocket for life. It gives you that VIP status we talked about, but it also gives you 12 discount cards that can be used for packages 2 through 7. 2 through 7. Okay, so make sure that you lock down on that as quickly as possible. And it gives you 7 generations of matching gold, up to 1.4 grams of matching gold. Package 6 gives you up to 7 generations of matching gold, up to 0.8 of a gram. It gives you VIP, 10 discount cards as well, and also 75 units in the dual team. Now, that package number 1 creates 100 units in the dual team. All right. So make sure that you are getting the highest possible package that you can acquire. One moment, please. Okay. All right. And then there's package number 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll do more presentations in the future, but make sure you get the package that you can best afford, and Karatbars will absolutely take your financial potential to the next level. And then we also earn matching bonuses, where if you're a VIP, you earn up to 7 generations of 5% matching bonuses. Gold is 5 generations, silver is 3 generations, and bronze is 2. And then regardless of the package you choose, you can get a free upgrade by sponsoring 5 people at your package level or higher within your first 5 weeks in the business. So folks, again, just get in where you fit in. There's no mandatory requirement. And we earn these long-term incentives just for saving gold and helping others do the same. My business partner, Miss Sherry Brown, just got that gold bracelet and she exchanged it for physical gold. And we get paid on a globally issued MasterCard that is paid every time you earn commissions. You're paid on that MasterCard. So get back with the person that shared this presentation with you. Let them know if you're a number 1, which is you have me at gold, a number 2, which is I'm excited, but I have some questions, or you're a number 3, this is not for me. I would say at least get you a free account and get started building your Karatbars business. And let's make Karatbars your vehicle to financial freedom. Everybody, thank you so much for joining the presentation today. As just a couple of quick announcements, we've got a Next Level Networker Bootcamp coming up May 16th. Go to wbwevents.com to learn more about that. And Let's Go Weekend 10 has been canceled. We're going to make it a virtual date, and refunds are on the way to you guys. We'll give you more information about that coming up on our next calls. Also, get all of your official Wealth Builders wear at shop.mywbw.net. And we've got a live event. So go to thefreedomsummit.live to learn more about that. And guys, we will see you on the white sandy beaches of the world. Everybody have a great day.